First of all, it's just to test the import SVG. It did give me a lot of problem to do, because the XY's orientation in OpenMusic, in Lisp, and the SVG library, because we use the SVG Lisp library, it imports and they don't have the same orientation. So that's why I've tested this. Okay, I will explain this if I can remember what I've done here. If you see, this is a sketch I've done on Inkscape, which is here, okay? And freehand, a freehand, okay? And as you see here, we can view a grid, but we don't have really coordinates. And if we just look up this file, all the coordinates are there. So the problem with SVG, when it's L, it's for a line, draw line, horizontal line, points, etc. When it is all uppercase, it's good because it's absolute coordinates. But sometimes you will have some lowercase letters, and this will be relative coordinates. But the SVG library can handle it. But anyhow, these are very hard to translate into coordinates in the BPF. So that's why I had to do this thing here in order to translate the points. So what is happening here is I take each element here. I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let us see. We have some, okay. We have 31 elements, okay? Not points, elements. So we have 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here is a multiple element curve, etc. And so I will take each one of them here, and we'll have each X and Y points that I will sort first, because as you see, this is a BPC. So will go, the points will go from here to here, then to here, as I've sketched them. So I need to sort them temporarily in order to translate them into the X temporal axis. That's why we have a sort here, okay? And then what I am doing here is that I am not scaling, I am multiplying the X points by 100. And that's all for the time being. I will here again scale them all to fit into to have, because if you look here in the Y coordinates, they go from 150 to 250, and I needed to translate them into pitch, midi sense. So it will go and take each point and scale them. It will flat them all, because I want to take the maximum point here, which is here, around here, and the lowest point, which is apparently here, and I will scale them in order to have well, you can see this E here is here, and I think the this is a G sharp. It's here, I think, okay. And so I have here a new X points and Y points. X points will be, if I evaluate them, they will be onsets, not duration. and the Y points will be MIDI sense. Okay, grouped again. Okay, here will be okay, okay, well, okay. This is a problem with the listener I must fix also. Okay, and these are the MIDI sense. Of course, they are not approximated. They are in the real MIDI sense with until okay. So now I will mat trans them again in order to have for each list or for each curve, it's X and Y points. And I will go again inside this loop in order to this is just a trick to have for the demo, okay, of course, to have, because I have 31 curve, I want to distribute them on the 16 channels, setting aside the 10th channel because it's a percussion channel. You have the OM if here, and I will do a modulo. It's a modulo. So when you will have here the length 31, you will go to 1 to 31 each iteration. Okay, each curve, it will be first curve number 1, number 2, number till 31. Okay, but I have put here a modulo, so instead it will stop to 16. When it is 17, it will give me 1. So we will have a lot of channel 1. This is the cup, how we say that in English? The problem, we can change here to another channel. All 10 channel will be substituted with 1 channel. This is a lazy hack, okay? And then I repeat all these channels. So if I am on the second curve, it will be channel 2. They will be repeated channel 2, channel 2. And we will output here again the channels. If we look into here, the mat trends, okay, let me just clean up this. And let's see here, you will have a list of 3 lists, a list of 3 lists. So if we check up, okay, okay, okay. If I take the first list, you'll have first of all these are the onsets. These are the we'll have a list of onsets, a list of MIDI sense here, and the list of channels. Okay, sorry. Okay, yeah, this is after mat trends. Okay, and you'll see, as you see, we have a lot of channel 1. We don't have a channel 10. It's substituted with channel 1 here because I've done this trick here. I could have put channel 10, but I didn't want some bizarre percussions to appear. And then we can use list elements, which is a very practical thing. I will list elements. It will split a list of lists in nth lists following the list. Okay, and here this is for the pitches. What does this? Okay, this is okay. I've corrected this. So if I remove this here from here, okay, this is a small correction, because if you, sorry, okay, if you see here, it doesn't start on the it doesn't start on the zero point. So I will have a silence if I do this, you see. So this is just to fix this shift and to shift all notes on onset 0. So I take all the onsets, take the smallest onset, which should be, let us see, which should be, I don't know. Okay. No, sorry. Okay. Which is 4,500. If I click here, I think it will be, okay. Well, this is annoying. Okay. Okay. Scheiße. Okay. 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 Anyhow, I think this one is close to, if you can see here, the X point, it will be 45. Okay. 45. This is the first note, starting note. Okay. That's why I've it's all in 100. I've multiplied all the X points with 100. So the first note here is 4,500 millisecond. So that's why I've done this. And afterwards, you have the MIDI sense here and the channels here. I've wanted also to put some associate, maybe in the future we can do we can change here the thickness, line thickness, and translate them into dynamics also. It's possible, but for the time being I stop here. I stopped here for the demo because I am not I am awful artist, so I prefer composing with numbers and notes and rhythms instead of this. But okay, so what? This is a possibility.
Just wondering if you could say a little bit more about the SVG implementation that you're working on, and in particular, which kinds of graphs it will be able to interface with.
For the time being, the importation, okay. The thing that work is only if you draw lines like that, okay, like objects like that, okay, and comme ça, okay, because in SVG you have also standard things. Okay, let me bring this. I have a lousy mouse, or I don't like the mouse, but sorry, okay. Because in SVG you have also, everybody knows, you have the circles and some, these are as standard SVG, which they have a special syntax. So for the time being, I didn't work on them because the reason I've used this, the SVG importation, it's because a long time ago, not a long time ago, 2 years ago, I've written a piece for Ensemble. If you see, let me, I had a huge, this is just the first page of a rhythm pulse, you know, going, okay. And then I needed to filter up this. So I've drawn this on Inkscape and in SVG and import it into a BPF. These are just the points. And I have an algorithm. It's not mine completely, but I've adapted it to and all these points here, if you see the points here, are the rhythm impulse. Okay, here. These are the voices. There are 8 voices, and they will be filtered by this graph. Okay, like in if you remember in Gruppen of in Stockhausen, he drawn mountains and filtered up. If I can show this to you, and filtered the rhythms. And here you see the filtered rhythms by the SVG. Here is the filtered with not rests, but with the ties. Okay, so the curve comes like that. Okay, and filters like that. Okay, etc. Okay, and it's the same principle as just I'm showing this to tell you why I've how I was from where I got this idea, and I wanted to do this a long time ago. So for the time being, as I told you, there is no square or circle or text importation, because I don't text will not be imported in. The reason is they will not be imported into a BPF or a BPC. So we must add some features, like extra features, but maybe, but it's a big job. And the SVG library is a standard library. It is mentioned in the about, tout simplement. CLSVG by William S. Anis. Okay, it's a standard SVG library.